Here is the fastest way to heal your gut and get rid of brain fog forever. Now, this is a step-by-step guide on the fastest way to heal your gut with a real test you can do at home with one simple household ingredient that's going to tell you a lot about why you've been barely able to scrape yourself out of bed and why you keep walking into rooms forgetting what you're doing over and over again. Now, I'm going to give you the exact 3-step and 3-phase protocol to fix it fast, and it's the same one I've used with hundreds of clients who came to me having tried everything else. First of all, I want to say hi, my name is Ryan Martin, and I've been a health coach for almost 17 years, and I've helped over 7,500 people gain superhuman energy and focus and heal from chronic conditions. Now, the truth is most people lock this exact protocol behind a paywall, but I'm giving it to you for free today. So if you stick around for the next 20 minutes or so, because by the end of it, you'll walk away knowing the exact day-by-day, meal-by-meal, supplement-by-supplement protocol to heal your gut forever. And just quickly, everything in this video is educational. It's not medical advice. I'm not a doctor. Always talk to a qualified healthcare professional before doing anything with this. So that being said, step 0 of this process is something I call the 2-minute baking soda test. Now, what most people don't know is your stomach acid actually plays a huge part in your mental clarity and energy. You see, you've got a wall inside your gut that's only 1 cell thick, and its job is to let nutrients from your food into your blood and keep everything else out. And years of stress, coffee, alcohol, processed food mess up your stomach acid levels, and ultimately all these factors contribute to damaging your gut wall. And bits of food and toxins start leaking through into your blood where they should never be. And your immune system panics and starts a fire to fight it off, and we call that fire inflammation. And that fire doesn't stay in your gut, it spreads everywhere into your skin, your joints, your hormones, and up into your brain. And that's your brain fog. That's the heavy head, the slow thinking, and the can't focus feeling all day. It's also why nothing else has worked for you. The supplements aren't getting absorbed, the diet or the clean diet isn't actually fixing the wall. The nootropics do nothing because your brain is sitting in a soup of inflammation, and you have to fix what's broken at the source. And listen, I know some of you are thinking, I don't have time for this, I'm running a business. That's exactly the mindset that got you here. You don't have time not to do this. That's the truth. And every week you keep grinding on a broken body, your ability to get tasks done on time drops even further. The protocol I'm about to give you fits inside a normal working day. So, to get started with the baking soda test, it's very, very simple. The first thing you do is in the morning, before you eat or drink anything, you mix a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda into a small glass of water. You drink it, then you time how long it takes you to burp. And if you burp within the first 2 to 3 minutes, your stomach acid isn't in a decent state. If it takes 3 to 5 minutes, your stomach acid is on the low side. And if you don't burp at all in 5 minutes, your stomach acid is in the gutter. And for most high performers, your stomach acid is going to be pretty bad. And so here's how the fix works, and it has to happen in this exact order. So step 1, you remove what's irritating the gut. Now, you can't heal it while you're still adding fuel to the flame. Step 2, you give the system a rest so the wall can actually start to repair. Think of it like if you keep on picking a scab, but you never get a chance to fully heal. And you get step 3, you rebuild the wall, you fix your stomach acid and repopulate the good bugs. And most people, they skip steps 1 and 2 and they jump straight to chugging probiotics. That's when nothing actually happens. Probiotics in a gut that's still on fire won't do anything. And so, then a quick word, I just want to mention the timeline, okay, because if you've been chronically ill or sick for years, then this is a 2 to 3 month protocol. If you're in an okay place and you just want to optimize, 30 days is enough. But no matter how bad you think you are, you will feel so much better within the first 5 days, and the results just continue to compound the longer you run the protocol. So if you think you can't go longer than 30 days, trust me, with the results that you're going to get from this in the first month of doing it, you're going to want to run this for longer. And so phase 1 is reset and reactivate. This is days 1 to 5. And the goal of this phase is to turn off the fire. It's to calm the gut down and reset your digestion. So think of it as giving your gut a quiet room to finally breathe. I'm going to walk you through exactly what gets removed, exactly what you eat, and exactly what supplements to take and when. So don't worry about making lists. I'll leave everything I talk about in the description so you can just refer to that whenever you need it. So step 1, this is what comes out of your diet. And so starting on day 1, all of these things need to be removed, okay? So gluten and wheat, alcohol, caffeine, sugar and refined foods, table salt, pasteurized dairy, seed and vegetable oils, which means rapeseed, canola, sunflower oil, all of those, soy, anything that's been microwaved, non-organic produce, garlic and onions, all raw food, all flours, breads, pasta and grains. Also, no oils except small amounts of coconut or olive oil. And don't cook with olive oil use it as a topping only. So I can already hear, people saying, there's no way I can give up coffee for 5 days, I'll be useless. Truth is, you won't be, okay? The first 2 days might be rough with a headache, but on day 3, you'll be sleeping better than you have in years, and real energy will start coming back. I thought when I first started doing this that it was going to take me months to feel better, but what I found is after day 3, I was literally starting to get my energy back again. I was starting to get out of bed much easier, and it was very, very simple, and I couldn't believe it. And so the protocol is fixing the reason you needed it in the first place. And so I know what that whole list looks like. It can look pretty brutal, but it's only for 5 days, okay? 5 days. Now, step 2 is what you actually eat. Now, every meal in phase 1 is one of those 3 things: soups, broths, or blended vegetables, plus water-based fruits in the morning if you want. That's it. Everything is cooked, blended, so it's easy to digest. Think about if you put a solid carrot in a blender or a cooked one, which one's going to be easy to blend? The cooked one. So you're giving your gut zero work to do. And you'll be wondering, if you'll be starving on soup. The truth is you won't be. These soups are dense with vegetables, and you can have as much as you want. Big bowls until you're full. And the reason most people feel like they need huge meals is because their gut is so damaged they can't actually absorb what they're eating, so they keep eating more trying to feel satisfied. But once your gut starts absorbing nutrients again properly, you'll need way less food. And also, once you have more nutrient dense food, you actually need less of it as well, studies show. So if you're going to do this properly, just get yourself a soup maker. Ninja do a great one, there's other ones you can get as well. And so you just throw veg in, you press a button, and the soup is ready in 30 minutes, job done. Or you can improvise with what you have available. It's really up to you. So here's a list of vegetables you can use in your soups: artichoke, asparagus, beetroot and beet greens, bell peppers, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, butternut squash, cabbage, carrot, cauliflower, celery, courgette, cucumber, eggplant, ginger, kale, lettuce, parsley, parsnip, potatoes, pumpkin, spinach, sweet potatoes, Swiss chard, tomatoes, watercress, kale. Mix any of those together, throw in some herbs, that's your soup, okay? And for the water-based fruits in the morning, you can choose one fruit and eat it on its own. So something like watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew, strawberries, grapefruit, oranges, pineapple, peaches, papaya, kiwi, blueberries and raspberries, okay? That's your food universe for the next 5 days. And a quick word on organic: yes, it costs more, but the reason is non-negotiable. It's the pesticides and conventional produce that keep the fire going in your gut. Pesticides, larvicides, insecticides, rodenticides, grown in chemical fertilizer, a lot of it sprayed in glyphosate. You don't want that in your gut, okay? You're trying to put out the fire. So spending an extra £30 or £40 a week on organic vegetables for 5 days, or $30 or $40, is cheaper than another year of feeling like rubbish. And then step 3, this is your day from wake up to sleep. And so here's exactly how your day looks, okay? So upon waking, you drink a pint of water, just plain water, then a second pint of water with a freshly squeezed lemon and a pinch of Himalayan salt. With that, you take 2 burdock capsules and 5 chlorella tablets. The burdock cleans your blood, the chlorella grabs onto toxins and pulls them out. Then you can wait 20 minutes, you can have a slippery elm tea. That's 1 tablespoon of slippery elm powder mixed into boiling water with a bit of gelatin. You can take 1 Lactoflora probiotic with that. The slippery elm coats your wall like a healing balm. The gelatin gives your body the building blocks to repair the wall. Breakfast, you have one of 2 options: either a gut healing smoothie or a water-based fruit on its own. You can pick one. Again, just a reminder, all the foods and supplements will be in the description, so don't panic. And this recipe: so you've got 300 ml of coconut milk as the base, a handful of frozen berries for flavour and antioxidants, 2 tablespoons of fibre to feed the good bugs, 2 tablespoons of collagen to rebuild the gut wall, 4 inches of fresh aloe vera to soothe the gut, a tablespoon of olive oil or coconut oil for a healthy fat, a squirt of vitamin minerals to mineralise your body, a 1/4 teaspoon of licorice to calm the inflammation, 2 capsules of sodium butyrate to feed the cells in your gut wall, 6 capsules of mega mucosa to rebuild the gut lining, and 6 capsules of mega pre to feed the good bugs. And you can add 2 tablespoons of glutamine, which is the main fuel your gut uses to heal. And that smoothie is doing the heavy lifting on rebuilding your gut wall first thing in the morning. Then we've got lunch, which is a vegetable soup. So 20 minutes before you eat, you can take Perm Plus, also Pepsini in water, and Beautiflam coated. Okay, now Perm Plus seals the gut wall. Pepsini gives your stomach acid what it's been missing so you can actually digest your food, and Beautiflam coated calms the fire in your gut. And so with the soup itself, you take 3 marshmallow root, 1 aloe vera infusion, 1 squirt of Volvic minerals, 1 gluten DPP IV, and 1 hydrochloric acid HCl, and 1 Bioptimizer's masszymes. Now the marshmallow root and aloe infusion soothe and coat the gut wall. The gluten DPP-IV helps you break down any sneaky gluten that might have stuck in. The HCl boosts your stomach acid even more, and the masszymes are digestive enzymes so your body can actually break down the food. In the afternoon, you can just sip on some lemon water or some herbal teas. Cat's Claw, Pau d'Arco, Quadripedra are the ones I love to use. You can also use slippery elm tea, that's great too. Just stay away from anything with caffeine. And dinner is going to be another vegetable soup right now. The supplement stack is exactly the same as with lunch. With one addition, you just take 5 more Chlorella tablets to bind toxins overnight while you sleep. And before bed, another slippery elm tea with gelatin and 1 more lactoflora probiotic. That's your day. Same routine for 5 days straight. Now, a word on the supplement stack, okay? I know that's a long list. I know it's going to cost you, so let me be straight. Every supplement here has a job. Some are sealing the gut wall, some are giving you back the stomach acid you've lost, some are putting toxins out, some are feeding the good bugs. They work together as a system, not on their own. So if you can do the full stack, you'll see results faster. If you can only afford some of them, the non-negotiables are the hydrochloric acid, the digestive enzymes, the slippery elm, the glutamine, and the probiotic. So those 5 do most of the heavy lifting, and this is going to cost less than a year of doctor visits and that go nowhere. And so how to build up the key supplements. So it's important, some of these need to be built up slowly, or you'll experience die-off symptoms such as headaches, nausea and fatigue, and that's what we don't want. So Perm Plus, you can start at 1 capsule 20 minutes before each meal, and a few days after that you can move to 2 capsules and stay on 2 capsules for 1 month and then drop back down to 1. With the Pepsini, Guti Pepsini, start at 10 drops in water 20 minutes before each meal, slowly build up to 20 drops. If you feel warmth or burning, drop back by 3 drops and build up again. With the gluten DPP-IV, 1 capsule at the start of each meal, very simple. And with the Beautiflam coated, start with 1 capsule per meal, build up to 2 at a time. The reason you build these up slowly is your gut hasn't had this kind of support in years. Then if you slam everything down on day 1, you'll get a detox reaction or a die-off or a Herxheimer reaction, and you'll think, why do I feel worse? And you'll blame the protocol. So it's just step by step, bit by bit. Okay. Now the stress side of phase 1, the part that most people skip, and that's why we get the big difference in results, is the difference between you feeling like trash and wasting money, or you completely solving your fatigue and fogginess for good. And so the stress shuts down digestion, it kills your stomach acid, it wipes out the good bugs. And if you're at your desk firing emails and stressing about your business where you're eating soup, you're doing half the work, and the supplements, not going to be doing their job because you're under so much stress. So some of you are going to hear this and think, this is woo-woo. It's not. Stress hormones literally shut down the part of your nervous system that runs digestion. So in the morning, look up guided nervous system meditation on YouTube. Even 10 minutes will do. And in the evening, I like to do 4-7-8 breathing. Again, free on YouTube. You can use this as a wind down practice. So you can just read quickly how you do this. It's a 4-second in breath, a 7-second hold, and an 8-second out breath. And you repeat that 4 to 8 times. Now, phase 2, this is rebuild and repopulate. Now, once you've done at least 5 days of phase 1 and you're feeling lighter, you start to gently rebuild. This is where you add food back in slowly, one thing at a time. And so I'm going to give you the order now. So first, you can add in warm cooked vegetables, so stewed vegetables. Keep eating soups if you want to, but now you can have proper meals. Bone broth also, which your gut will be handling well. Then you have fermented vegetables, so sauerkraut, kimchi, fermented carrots. Just a small amount with a meal first, like a small spoonful. Fermented veg is one of the best natural probiotics on the planet because good bugs are alive and they go straight into your gut. Then you can bring in coconut oil for cooking and small amounts of ghee. Olive oil stays as a topping, so you still don't cook with it. And after that, properly soaked quinoa or millet to soak them, just put them in a bowl overnight in water, leave in the fridge, and this breaks down all the enzymes and stuff in the grains that would otherwise irritate your gut. And you can add in starchy vegetables as well. A raw egg yolk if you tolerate them, no egg whites yet, and then soaked or sprouted almonds if you want to test them. So once again, overnight in water. So the key word is slowly. Add one thing in at a time and watch how your body responds for a couple of days. If you feel bloated or you feel off, pull that food back out. If you feel fine, you can add the next thing, okay? And so here's where a lot of people actually make mistakes, is that they feel amazing after phase 1 and they think fixed, just let me go back to normal eating. So I really stress, don't do that. Phase 1 put out the fire, the wall is still rebuilding underneath, and if you slam a pizza or you start drinking beer or caffeine or whatever else on day 6, the fire will come roaring back within a week and you'll be back to square one. Okay, so phase 2 is where the real repair happens. Don't rush it. Keep the morning breath work going, keep the evening mantra going, keep going for a walk. And then we have phase 3, where we're going to integrate this for life. So phase 3 is where you return to normal balanced eating. The difference is your digestion is now strong enough to handle it, so you can add in organic meats. Okay, you can start with small amounts of chicken, turkey, organic beef, wild caught fish, always organic, always grass fed, always free range, and if you're having fish, always wild. Okay, healthy fats can come back in fully now. Olive oil, coconut oil, ghee, all cooked vegetables, fermented foods every day, properly soaked grains, a full range of fruits eaten on an empty stomach. You can also add in milk kefir if you tolerate dairy, raw unpasteurized kefir. Water kefir is also powerful. You can add that in anyway, or that can replace milk kefir. So these are some of the most powerful probiotic drinks on the planet, and they cost almost nothing if you make them at home. And one thing I want you to take from phase 3 and use for the rest of your life is food combining. Okay, this is the single biggest thing that changes how your gut feels day to day, and there are 3 simple rules. Okay, it's fruit eaten on its own, always on an empty stomach. Okay, eat your protein separate from your starches, so don't mix steak with potatoes in the same meal, and vegetables go with everything, okay, and anything. That simple change removes about 80% of the bloating most people experience for the rest of their lives, because when you put in all these different ingredients into a gut, it can be very hard to break down, so you're going to make it nice and easy, okay? Now, your daily rhythm for life. Once you've been through all 3 phases, the daily rhythm, this is the daily rhythm that actually keeps you going and keeps your gut healthy forever. So in the morning, water first, then lemon water, then a herbal tea. You can do your breath work before you check your phone or open the laptop. Eat calmly, sit down, no rushing, get some light movement. Even 10 minutes outside is super powerful. And then through the middle of the day, you keep your meals simple. No eating at your desk while firing emails or checking notifications. Get a walk in after lunch, even if it's just 15 minutes. And in the evening, herbal teas instead of more coffee. Have a light dinner. And a big one, no food for 3 hours before bed. Your gut needs that gap to do its overnight repair work. And if you're eating at 10 p.m. and going to sleep at 11, you're forcing your gut to digest instead of heal. And if you have client dinners or work events, just do your best. Eat earlier when you can. When you can't, just accept that night isn't going to be perfect and you're not going to have a really powerful repair window, and just move on. Or you can just make sure you eat something healthy before you go, or pick the best thing on the menu, okay? But the protocol works on the average of your week, okay? Works on the average of your week, not on perfection every single day. So if you step outside the lines once in a while, not a big issue, okay? The other thing I wanted to stress is getting to sleep by 11 or 10:30, optimally 11, latest midnight, but I'd say 10:30 or 11, every hour before 12 is worth double. Now, troubleshooting, okay, because a few things might come up, and here's how to handle these issues. If you get bloated, just slow down, make your meals simpler, put out the garlic and onions if you stuck them back in, and add more hydrochloric acid and digestive enzymes before meals, okay? Now, if you get constipated, I want you to have more water. Okay, you can add magnesium at night, you can move your body more, you can add in some more enzymes, you can do colonic if you want, or you can add in some oxy powder from Global Healing Center, okay? And if you get reflux, that's almost always low stomach acid, not too much like the doctors tell you, it's completely wrong. Low stomach acid, when you've got low stomach acid, it opens up your esophageal sphincter and stomach acid comes back up. So, okay, what you want is to add in more HCl. Okay, you can even squeeze a lemon into a glass. You can have a third before the meal, a third during, a third after. You can make sure you take your enzymes and stop drinking water with your meals because it dilutes your stomach acid. Now, if you feel fatigued during the protocol, that's a detox reaction. Just reduce the binders that you're taking, increase your minerals, more fulvic acid, add more rest. This is normal and it will pass, okay? Just understand it's normal. If your skin flares up, that's also toxins coming out of your skin. Just take out the inflammatory foods again, the gluten, the wheat, the dairy, if you've reintroduced them. Slow down the detox intensity, and your symptoms are actually feedback. They're not your body failing you, they're telling you something's out of balance. So if you start to get skin eruptions, headaches, etc., that's your body saying whatever you put back in, remove that again. So what this looks like when it's done right, once you actually heal your gut properly, here's what changes. You're going to wake up with bursting energy, the same you had as an 18-year-old. The brain fog's eradicated, giving you razor sharp focus. That is, you locked in all day, every day. You'll be in a consistently better mood because your gut produces about 90% of your serotonin. You stop reacting to everything you eat. You can actually enjoy food again instead of treating like every meal like it's going to hurt you. And the biggest one for entrepreneurs and business owners and CEOs is your performance jumps. Not because you're grinding harder, but because you're operating from a body that actually works. And that's what's waiting for you on the other side of this, okay? All you have to do is follow the protocol and pull the trigger. And so the bottom line is this: you don't need another supplement stack, you don't need another nootropic. You need to give your gut the rest it's been begging you for and rebuild it properly. And I'm going to be posting a video on the channel in the next week going over exactly how to detox the deeper systems in your body so this gut healing protocol works at full power. The colon, the liver, the parasites and heavy metals all play a role, and once you handle those, the results compound. So today it's been the first time something has actually made sense to you as to why you've been stuck with brain fog and low energy and gut issues despite doing everything right. That video is going to be the next step, okay? So subscribe so you don't miss it when it drops. It's going to be an important one. If this helped in any way, give this video a like, because it's going to allow us to get out to more people and help them. Been Ryan Martin, lots of love, and I'll see you in the next video.